No matter your attitude toward law enforcement, if a police officer asks you to do something, you're probably going to do it. There's authority conveyed by that uniform, an implication of consequences should you choose not to comply. So it's no surprise that when drivers across the country recently found themselves stopped by law enforcement and asked to do something that seemed unconstitutional and was at the very least unusual, many felt pressure to cooperate. Take a look at this story from Fort Worth, Texas, one of the places where it happened.
She came across two police cars with lights flashing.
Yeah, they were about right in here.
She says the uniformed officers directed her into this parking lot.
And I gestured to the guy in front that I just wanted to go straight, but he wouldn't let me and forced me into a parking spot.
Once parked, she says she couldn't believe what she was asked next.
They were asking for cheek swab.
In more than 60 communities across America late last year, drivers were stopped at roadblocks by uniformed police officers without cause and asked to submit to a cheek swab, a common method of collecting a DNA sample. They were asked to give a blood sample, answer a series of questions, and even submit to a breathalyzer. Keep in mind, they'd broken no law. Police say these stops were voluntary, but in Missouri, Alabama, and Pennsylvania reports, just like the one you saw there, they featured people who were shocked by what was happening, and perhaps justifiably so. The Fourth Amendment to the Constitution seems to prohibit this type of action by authorities. It says, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause. If giving up a sample of your blood or your DNA isn't considered an unreasonable search, then doesn't that raise all sorts of questions about the protections of the Fourth Amendment? Or does labeling this practice voluntary make it acceptable? Many were surprised to learn that a survey by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration was the reason for the nationwide roadblocks. The federal government was assisted by local police departments for traffic control in order to collect information on alcohol and drug use among drivers. To some, it sounds innocuous. In fact, the study has been conducted before 4 times since 1973. Additionally, the government says the survey was not only 100% voluntary, but that it paid participants for their samples. The American Civil Liberties Union takes a different position, claiming the stops were not only a, quote, abuse of power, but a Fourth Amendment violation as well.